All right, so I wanted to go over your Go Math from Tuesday and make sure that we know how to work these out. So this is page 160, and it's the your turn. So it says, Reggie lost 3 spaceships in level 3 of a video game. He lost 30 points for each spaceship. So he lost 3 spaceships, and it was 30 points for each one that he lost. So that's a negative. So we're going to have 3 times is negative 30 because he's losing those points. And it says when he completed level 3, he earned a bonus of 200 points. So he gained 200 points. By how much did his score change? So we need to first follow PEMDAS, so that's multiplication before addition. 3 times negative 30. Remember, a positive times a negative gives me a negative. And then 3 times 30 is 90. So I have negative 90 plus 200. Now make sure you're following your integer rules on those. All right, so it said find the absolute value of the integers. So the absolute value of negative 90 is 90. And then the absolute value of 200 is 200. And then it's going to find the difference. So we just need to subtract 200 minus 90. When I do that, 0, this is 10, 1, 1, and then 1. And then if you remember, it says to use the sign of the integer with the larger absolute value. So looking at 90 and 200, right? 200 is a larger value, so that's going to be positive. So negative 90 plus 200 is equal to 110. So his score changed by 110 points. All right, the next one on here, it says simplify negative 6 times 13 minus 21. So right here, we're going to multiply first because it's PEMDAS, multiplication before subtraction. Negative 6 times 13. So a negative times a positive is going to give me a negative. And then 6 times 13, you need to multiply that out. And when you do, you should get 78. And then we're going to subtract 21. All right, so then we're going to follow our integer rules. Keep the first integer as it is. Change our subtraction sign to an addition sign. Plus, so I have negative 78 plus, and then change the second integer to its opposite, and then follow our rules. So the opposite, negative 21. All right, so remember, for our like signed additions, we're going to just find the absolute values. So the absolute value of negative 78 is 78, and the absolute value of negative 21 is 21. And we're going to find the sum of those. So 78 plus 21, 9. All right. And then it says to use your sign of your original integers, which is negative. So negative 78 plus negative 21 is equal to negative 99. So when I simplify negative 6 times 13 minus 21, I get negative 99. All right, let's see. What do we have next here for you? Next one was the your turn here. This is page 161. And it's asking you to simplify each expression. So on number 4, we have negative 12 divided by 6 plus 2. Division comes before addition, so we're going to divide negative 12 divided by 6. Remember, a negative divided by a positive gives me a negative, and then 12 divided by 6 is 2, and then I'm going to bring down my plus 2. So then I have negative 2 plus 2, and if I'm over here and I hop 2, I'm at 0, so negative 2 plus 2 is 0. So for number 4, you should have gotten 0. Number 5, negative 87 divided by negative 3 minus 9. All right, again, we've got division. Now we've got subtraction. Division comes before subtraction in PEMDAS. Negative 87 divided by negative 3. A negative divided by a negative gives me a positive. So 87 divided by 3. 3 goes into 8 2 times. 2 left over. 3 goes into 27 9 times. So we should have 29 minus 9. And then 29, take 9 away, I have 20 left. So simplify number 5, you should get 20. All right, let's look at number 6. All right, we have 40 divided by negative 5 plus 30. Division comes before addition. Positive divided by a negative is a negative. 40 divided by 5 is 8, so we have negative 8 plus 30. All right, make sure you're using your integer rules when we do this, but when we do this, we should end up with a positive 22 when you simplify that. All right, number 7. Negative 39 divided by 3, subtract 15. All right, so negative divided by positive gives me a negative. 39 divided by 3 gives me 13. So I have negative 13 minus 15. Again, follow your integer rules. And you would have negative 28. If you're not sure how I'm getting this, I want you to come to my meetings or send me an email, something, reach out to me, let me know where you're struggling with that, and we can go over the integer rules again. All right, then we had number 9 on page 162. All right, for this you had to work out both of them, and then it also asked you to determine which expression has the greater value. So on number 9, I have negative 10 divided by 2, subtract 2. Negative 10 divided by 2, so we're going to have a negative. 10 divided by 2 is 5, subtract 2. And then we should end up with negative 7. So that's my first expression simplified. The next one is negative 28 divided by 4 plus 1. So I have a negative 28 divided by 4, so it's a negative divided by a positive, so we're going to have a negative. 28 divided by 4 is 7 plus 1. And then I have negative 7 plus 1, that's negative 6. So the expression with a larger or greater value is that second expression there. So you should have circled that one. All right, now I'm going to look at 10. 42 divided by negative 3, add 9. So 42 divided by a negative 3, that's a positive divided by a negative, so we have a negative. 42 divided by 3 gives me 14, so I have negative 14 plus 9. When I follow my integer rules and I take negative 14 plus 9, I'm going to get negative 5. So now we need to check the other expression. Negative 36 divided by 9, subtract 2. Negative divided by a positive is a negative. Negative 36 divided by 9, that's going to be negative 4, subtract 2. And that is equal to negative 6. And my greater value was my first expression in this one here. Negative 5 is greater than negative 6. It's closer to 0 on the number line. All right, if you need any additional help, please contact me. I am not going to go over the guided practice, but if you need more help or specific questions on any of those, just let me know and I will work any of those out for you. Have a great day.